that. When it's also live, we're going to be announcing that. So what are the few updates that you should look out for on the new updated Tafabot app? Now, one of the major improvements that a lot of you have been requesting for a whole lot has been about the Binance and the Wobi Connect system. So one of the first thing you're going to notice on the new app is that you have the Wobi Connect available. Now, we talked about the Wobi Connect, that this is a system you can see on the tag that will not require KYC from you, and you're able to jump in on onboard your users, onboard your clients, and start trading right away. So we got all of those sorted out for you so that we're able to onboard as much person into the ecosystem as much as possible. So this is the first exciting update you're going to be seeing by this week. You're going to see the Wobi Connect where you can easily start. So it's going to be pretty simple. Where you click on Wobi Connect, it tells you to create a Wobi account directly, and you won't have to go through waiting for KYC approval and all of that. It simply means that you can onboard a user from downloading Tafabot app to creating an account to start trading in less than 5 minutes. And all of this is available on Wobi. If you're excited about any of these updates, you can always send inside the chat section. I see a lot of questions still jumping into the question session. That is amazing. I cannot wait for us to go into the question and answer section. And your questions are not limited to just your trade or Tafabot. It could be about the market. What is the view on BTC? We're going to talk about all of those, and what do we see the market doing in the closest possible time. Then we've also made a lot of improvements on the Binance Connect. So we saw a lot of your messages on what are the things that should make your Binance Connect work better for you. So I'm going to open my Binance Connect here. Don't bother when you're going to see some private keys. It wouldn't matter. This is a test account, and we're going to review it after this course, so it's not a problem. So this is just to show you fully how this works. So this is your first new interface of the Binance Connect. Totally amazing. You can see it's totally different from what you currently have on your app. So you have your total Binance balance showing to you, and then you have your account section and future sports, all of those segmented right now, unlike how they currently used to be. Now, I'm going to show you one major improvement also that has gone there. So if I click on wallets, and this is available not just on Binance Connect, but also on Wobi Connect. So if I click on wallets, you have a new functionality that tells you transfer to Tafa wallet. So I'm able to click this, and I'm able to move money between my Binance or Wobi Connect directly into my Tafabot wallet, and it doesn't charge you any network fees at all to do that. So if someone want to buy a license, you just got into Tafabot, you created your Wobi Connect, you want to buy a license, you don't need to withdraw from your exchange account. You can directly make a transfer without network charges into your Tafabot wallet, and you can buy your license, you can pay for your gas and all of those. So this is much more faster way to transact using the Binance and Wobi Connect. Now, the next functionality, as popularly requested, was the convert function. So with the convert function, you're able to convert all your assets to BNB for Binance, for example. So let's say you have little $1, $5, $3 on so many coins, while trading spots on Neuronet or any of the bots. You're able to click convert and totally convert all of those assets. You can see on the convert over here. You can convert all of those assets directly into BNB, so you can directly withdraw the BNB. So these are amazing, amazing updates. Now, we've taken the updates further for our futures users. We saw a lot of your requests on how do we make the Binance Connect much more better for you as a futures trader. So if I go to futures, amazing. So you see, we've made a lot of improvements. One of the things you're seeing is that you now have the total realized P&L. You now have your wallet balance and your margin balance. So your margin balance, just like you have it on Binance or any of the exchange, and also your wallet balance. You now have your unrealized P&L showing you there your today's P&L, just like you will find on Binance and on Wobi. Now, if you go ahead, you can click on the PNL and it leads you into giving you your PNL analysis. You have the 1 day analysis, the 1 month, the 3 months, the 1 year analysis. So all of this functionality as you require on Binance and on Wobi are now available on the Binance Connect. So you're able to see how your bot is performing better, your win rates, losing rates, what profit, net profit you made, and all of your full analysis. This is amazing. If you're excited about this, we saw a lot of users requests on this particular functionality. And don't forget, the Binance Connect is happening on the Wobi Connect for the first time in the cryptocurrency industry on Tafabot. So this is something unique. If you don't know about it, you're joining us for the first time. This is a distributed exchange system whereby if you need to access Binance or any of this exchange, you can directly do it through Tafabot without going on the Binance website. So all of these improvements are things we've done to make your trading much more easier and better. There are also minor improvements here and there that we made on the app. All of the other ones we are going to communicate through the changelog when we do release the app. Several minor improvements and bug fixes also that we've done to make sure your app performs better for you. Amazing. If you're excited about these functionalities, I see your hands lifted up on the chat system. So you want to send that into the chat. Let me know your thoughts. At any point, if you have questions about what I just showed you, you need some much more clarity. You don't want to fail to open it up in the question and answer section. I see we already have a lot of question and answers. So you want to make sure you open that up, and I'm going to be answering all of those very, very soon. Amazing. All right, so we're back and we'll kick off again. I see a lot of questions coming in and also on the chat. That is beautiful. I'm going to get to all of your questions again. Now, before we go into your questions, I'm going to be making a very big announcement, and I want to be sure that we have all of our attention before we do go into that. Okay, so I'm going to wait, and if I get your attention, you want to write in the chat section for us to announce it. This is the biggest move we've ever done on Tafabot, and I believe it's going to blow your mind and take your trading system to a totally new, different level. Amazing, amazing. All right, so while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to pick a few questions, and I'm going to start tackling those questions before we proceed. I want to make sure that no community members and leaders miss this announcement that we're going to be doing here today. So I'm going to continue with the questions. I see a lot of persons are still in the waiting room and joining in. While they're joining, I want to make sure that this is the last thing we do so nobody misses out on it. So I have one question here. What exchange can someone from the US be using to connect to Tafabot? That is a very beautiful question. I'm going to sip from Tafabot's cup before I answer that. Very amazing question. Now, part of the limitations that we've seen earlier was that people from certain parts of the world couldn't trade on certain system. We provided exchanges like crypto.com and the rest of them, whereby you're able to do spots and several others. Now, what we've done is to improve that even better. So what you want to do as a user from any part of the world, you want to go on our Binance or Wobi Connect and you can start trading. Now, all that you require is to make sure for Binance that you go through the KYC that is required. And once you get approved, you're able to start trading. So there's no limitation any longer on how you can access the system from any part of the world. For example, users in India, you're not able to download Binance. So you don't need to download Binance anymore. You just need to go directly into Tafabot and you have the Binance Connect for you on Tafabot. I hope that's clear for that user that asked. I'm going to read each question out so it also benefits other persons who might have the same thoughts. A user said, please kindly work on the take profits of the neural net bot. I feel that after 24 hours, the bots cannot deliver more than 1% by the end of the day, it does about 0.7% most times. Very, very interesting question. Now, one thing that you've noticed over the last 5, 6 months, like we've promised our users last year, is that we want to be a consistent bot, want to be a consistent company, whereby if we say this is our promise that the bots can deliver based on the study of the bots and the average profit it's able to deliver, we want to make sure that we're always able to deliver that amount. Now, what we've always been able to deliver every single month for the past 6 months is between 15 to 30%. We've seen cases for some users whereby they got into a very excellent trade and it did for them about, I know a particular user for about 150% in a month. Now, those do happen, but our basics is that this bot should be able to do for you between 15 to 30% at the end of the month. So for this user, you're saying your bot does for you at the end of the day like 0.7%, which will be over 15 or 20% at the end of the month. So we're not looking to become that bot that takes high risk trade and makes you 100% profit in a day with the possibility of liquidating your account again. We don't want to go that route. We want to be consistent, passive earning system. Now, if you've noticed the past days, the past weeks, the market has been very, very volatile from blowing above and also dumping also. I saw a particular market, ID and ZROS. Those markets went from $1.5 to 0.6 cents. It is crazy. More than 60% of its value lost. Now, in a regular trading system or any other company out there, their users are already liquidated with such kind of movement. But this is times in Tafabot that such kind of market movements are happening. We have a lot of users in those trades, and you're not seeing any panic. No one is coming to the group to tell you, hey, I'm scared about my trade. I see red everywhere. We don't have any of those records anymore, because the essence of having a trading bot is that you're able to go about your daily life. You're able to sip your coffee like me. You're able to sit with your family. You're able to enjoy your life without having to panic and monitor what is happening every day. Is the market going down? Should I be scared? Should I close my trade? None of those are in Tafabot anymore. You have peace of mind, you have consistent profits, and we want to make sure we maintain that. We've kept that for over 6 months. We want to make sure that this is Tafabot in the next 3 years, in the next 4 years. And like I said, profit ratio could increase depending on markets. So we're not increasing risk ratio, but the same risk ratio that gives you 15 or 30% profit also has capacity for 100 or 200% profit, depending on how well the market is flowing. So when we get to times whereby the market is so active, you're going to see those crazy amount of profits. You're going to see a profit that blows your mind. But while you see that, you want to ensure that our risk level ensures you 15 to 30% of profit at the end of the month. Now, for this user, Oluwa saying, asking that, I understand perfectly why you're asking this question. It is not really about that. It's not making you so much money because it's making you 15 or 20% at the end of the month. It's actually about you need more based on capital, and I totally understand that. So we're going to also talk about that. For people with those capital, you want more profit because of your capital. All right. Isa said, why didn't the bot trade on BTC and BNB coin? Yes, the bot trades on all of the market, depending on which one it finds volatility. So if at any point it finds volatility in BTC, it's going to trade BTC. If at any point it finds volatility in BNB, it's going to trade BNB. So it's not constrained. We're not defining the bot to say, these are what you should trade. There's nothing like that on Tafabot. We're not telling, okay, only trade BTC or this or this. No, the bot scans the whole market and finds which market has the best volatility that it can start trading, which market has the best entry points at this point that it can start trading on, and then it jumps into those trades. As I said, I've used the neural net bot 5424. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by 5424 days not active. I'm not sure I fully get. I'm going to read this clearly to make sure I get it. I'm going to read it very, very slowly. Okay, so this user, you're trying to explain, the English is not so clear, but you're trying to explain that your bot didn't fully do the DCA and you use exchanges like KuCoin, and the exchange wasn't considering your total balance. It was only considering the balance on the particular market that you're trading. So at some point, you had to close your trade without considering your full margin balance. So we're going to look through that on KuCoin if that happened to you. We're going to look through that on KuCoin to be sure that it's considering your whole margin balance, not the balance. Let me explain that. Let's take, for instance, that you have $1,000. The bot could decide that it wants to trade $10 from $1,000. So this user is saying that KuCoin only considered the $10 that was put into the trade. So if at any point I was on a $10 float, it's going to close my trade instead of considering that I have $990 in my balance. So we're going to look through that to be sure that is not happening on KuCoin. But I do know that KuCoin majorly considers the money that is in the trade. And we're going to look through that with them and make sure if that happens to you, to make sure it doesn't ever happen again. But you can stick with whichever exchange you want to use, but I advise a lot of users to go through the Binance Connect or the Wobi Connect when it is launched this week, because those exchanges are better, right? And when we're going to start making a lot of improvements to the bots, there are possibly going to be time whereby we decide to pull in things like hedging technology. Those are not available on every other exchange, but they are available on exchanges that we're partnering with on the Connect system. So there's a lot of improvement that will come into Connect that you're going to require for a better, a much more safety trade. So I would advise you can also connect, use the Binance or Wobi Connect. Another is that Binance is not available in the US. What options do we have? Get on Wobi Connect is going to be launched this week. A user said, good evening, sir. I suggest that Tafabot allow users to use mirror on Binance Connect. Yes, that is part of the improvements on the new app. You're able to use mirrors on Binance Connect. That is amazing. That's part of the improvements. Another one, this is relating to affiliate system. It says, for achieving my rank, why do we need only based on license fee? Why can't another option through trading amounts be also used to achieve your rank? That's such an interesting ideology. We're going to think through that, and we're also going to look through that with the team. So this user is saying, to achieve each rank, I need to achieve that by SS amount of team that's purchase the license under me. Why don't the capital that they are trading with also be used as consideration towards achieving a rank? So let's say if I'm able to get a user who trades with $2 million, I should achieve SS amount of rank because I don't need to get some other 10 or 20 or 100 other person who trade with lesser amounts that doesn't accumulate to $2 million. So I do get your rationale behind that. I think that's really, really interesting for us to look into. So in upcoming meetings, I'm going to give you more updates about that on what are the thoughts. There's still so many questions. I'm going to take a couple of them, and then we're going to go through the major announcements for today. And we're going to sum up this meeting also with how you make much more money as it relates to what is the trend right now and how you can benefit from the trend. And these are things we're going to be doing periodically to tell you, these are coins that we're looking at. These are coins that you should put in excess amount of money in as side portfolio investments, and it has potential to make you S amount of money also. All right. Amazing. I really love this question. This person said, David, he said, since Friday, I noticed that the profits the bot is making is not adding up to my Binance. Even, however, I feel like my profit is disappearing on the Binance Connect and my Tafabot is being charged. This is such an amazing question. So we did get a support request, like a couple of them, a lot of them this week about this same complaint of this user that I feel like my profit is not adding up in my Binance Connect. And when we reviewed all of the case, so for user David, you also want to do this after this call. When we reviewed all of the case, so a lot of users, due to Binance Connect, are still mixing up between Binance Connect and their personal Binance. So this was majority of the case. For example, David, is that you're trading on Neural Net with Binance Connect. and you're trading on WBS, the Wealth Builder Strategy, on your personal API or Binance normal API and any other exchange. So when you go to your profit history, this user is saying, I made this profit, this profit, this profit. I go to Binance Connect, I can't find it, but those profits are connected to your own personal API. So we have users using both of them. You have one bot on Binance Connect and another bot on another exchange on WBS, Neuranet on Binance Connect. And I think I love the idea. So that you're able to differentiate which profit is from which bot, and that is absolutely amazing. So when we even launch Wobi, you want to set one bot on Wobi, one bot on Binance Connect, one bot on Wobi Connect. So what is happening to you, David, you can also confirm this, is that you have another exchange linked that the other profit is coming from, not from your Neuranet profit on Binance Connect. So that's why you don't see it there, because it's on your personal API exchange. So we reviewed all of the case, and that was the same reason. So a lot of you, you're possibly coming from copying Leader Chawa. So we see all of those accounts were linked to people copying the WBS strategy also on Chawa's mirror and many other leaders' mirror. So you're not able to differentiate what is the profit from Neuranet and profit from the other one. So you're affiliating everything to the Binance Connect. So there's nothing wrong with your profits. All your profits are adding for profits on each bot based on what exchange you're using. You want to check for it on that exchange. All right. User say, how can I fund my Binance Connect with USDT since P2P is bound in Nigeria? Amazing. So this user from Nigeria asking, how do you fund your account? So this is a big announcement also, is that in the coming weeks, we're launching the peer-to-peer system on Tafabot. So you have the peer-to-peer system that connects to your fiat currency like NGN, AED in Dubai, and the rest, and you're able to do peer-to-peer directly within Tafabot, between Tafabot users. So that is coming. For now, what you want to do until that is launched is to possibly look for a user, or there must be someone around you who has access to sell USDT. For now, I know that a lot of users are using Bybit for that. So you want to check on Bybit, but we're going to be launching ours very, very soon. So you can start benefiting from that. Amazing. I see some users sending messages on the chat. Please send on the question and answer, okay? So that I don't miss any of them. Okay, so Mr. Zach, I love your question. He said, why not activate spot trading where we can just select this weekly suggested portfolio? So most of the portfolio that I'm going to be suggesting for you as it relates to current trend, most of them are not going to be available on your favorite exchange. Some of them are going to be available on decentralized exchange. I'm also going to be showing you how do you use those decentralized exchange and how can you profit from it. So I'm going to leave this for the latter part of this meeting. We're already 30 minutes in, and we don't want to make sure we don't exceed over 45 to an hour. So I'm going to leave that to the last part where we'll talk about how you can make money from this trend. Amazing. I have this question I want to answer before I go into the big announcements. So this user said, there's a trade I closed manually, but the profit was not added to my Tafabot profit. What could be the problem? When you close the trade manually, if that trade is connected to any of your bots, then it will record it. If it's not connected, then it wouldn't record it. There's no problem with that. It's okay. You don't need to do anything about that. Amazing. So we want to go into the big announcement for today. There's something majorly that we're starting from today that changes the cost of Tafabot. But before I do that, I want everyone in the chat section to tell me that they're following. So you want to just send a power emoji. You want to tell me I'm following. You want to tell me say it before we do go into that. So let me be sure we have all of your attention in the group. I'm going to be sipping from my Tafabot cup again while I'm just waiting for that. Amazing. I just see them totally popping in. A lot of you. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Beautiful. All right, we're super ready. We're super ready. We're super ready, Taverns. I'm super excited about what I'm about to say to you. I feel like we have drum rolls to just like, and I'm like, drum rolls. I'm so excited about what I'm going to be talking about next. It is so amazing. It's totally mind blowing. And I feel like after this meeting, you're going to be so mind blown. So I laid precedence earlier that part of our goals for this year is to ensure that we are that stable system where you don't have to panic. We're that system that gives you consistent profits. And Tapans, we've proved that to you over the past 6 months. We've proved that to you that there will be 6 months where you don't have to have heart attack about your trade, where you don't have to be worried. Is the market dumping? Is the market going to zero or is it pumping? We've proven that to you in the past 6 months that you can have 6 months without losing trade. You can have 6 months with consistent 15 to 30% of profits. Now, in the past times, we've ventured into going to high profits trade, high risk trade, where users are making 5% a day. At the end of the month, maybe you make 300%. But the reality about trading, or generally about life, is that risk equals to reward. Risk equals to reward is that anything you're willing to earn, you should be willing to lose. Now, in all of those times when we're doing that, we saw tremendous amounts of profits, where profits go gaga until the bad day, and the bad day will always come, whereby you're either deciding to take a large chunk of stop loss, or you're choosing to not have stop loss and burn your total account. Now, the ratio of stop loss to profits, if, for example, you're running a 10x trade, right, means you're leveraging your account by 10. It is impossible to have a 10% stop loss. A 10% stop loss meaning 1% movement. A market can do 1% movement every second, and the market is not trending yet. If you are 20x leverage, you're willing to take a stop loss, not of 20%, because that's just 2%, 1% movement again, sorry. And that can happen every single seconds. Every single seconds. Now, that was the major trouble as a company that we had with Trendbot. Now, we know that Trendbot makes an insanely amount of money. There are days we've seen 40% profits, but we also understand that there are days that the market could hunt for your stop loss so much. For example, we had days that the market hunts for the stop loss, and each stop loss is 10%. So it hunts for the stop loss twice in a day. That was 20%. If that happens over series of trade, for a guy who made 40% the previous day, he's fine. But for the new user who just came to Tafabot and he just started today, it doesn't feel right that the guy is going to take a 20% stop loss that day. Now, for some person, 20% could be 20% of $100. You don't feel it. You're like, okay, it's fine. For some other person, 20% is 20% of $1 million. It's a life-changing money. Okay, so whatsoever you're willing to make at any point is what you're also willing to risk at any point to be able to make that. Now, we want to ensure that you don't grow gray hair. If you've ever seen all of those crypto meme where you see that the guy says, he holds a cup, a popular one like this, whereby he says, I'm just 25 years old and I'm a crypto trader, and then the guy has gray hair. They're actually trying to communicate, and studies have shown it. Practically, you want to read on medical reports that they did on traders. They said traders have the highest level of anxiety ever. So you're 24/7 on your toe, you're 24/7 anxious. So it's making you worn out a lot. You're growing older than you should because you're always trying to watch the market. There's high risks in your heart on how do you manage this. All of those troubles with trading are what we want to make sure we change for you as Tafabot users. That you don't have to go through those heartache, and you're able to keep building your profit continuously, much more. Now, this is something that I've said to a lot of users. I said, you'll be richer as a trader, if in the last 5 years, all you've done is make 10% profit every month, you'll be far richer than you are right now if you're the user who was making 100% this month, and then one point you blow your account, you start afresh again, you make 20%, you make 100 again, you blow your account. The guy who has been making 10% in the last 2 years, in the last 1 year, is far more wealthier than you. And this has been proven all around. So we've come to that point whereby we've shown to every tapper that we're able to consistently secure your trade. We're able to consistently make you this profit without all the panic, without all the headache, without ever risking your account burning. We've seen this week that markets did 30%. The minimum altcoin went 30%. Other ones 60, 70%. And I want you to picture this, that markets are going 60% dump in a bull market. We're not yet in a bear market. Markets are going 60% dump in a bull market. What do you think is going to happen when the markets switch bearish? How far do you think the markets can go? Now, for some persons, we have the delusion that the market cannot go so bad. I want you to remember that we were all here when BTC went from 60 something thousand last time to $15,000. I want you to also recall in 2017 when we believed that nothing could go wrong, that BTC in 1 day went from pushing to all-time high of was that 20 or 18,000 2017, and balanced at around $11,000, and in 24 hours BTC went from $11,000 to $2,800. Some exchange is like $3,100 in 1 day. Some altcoins went to zero. Now, all of those altcoins that went to zero, even in this bull market, they've not recovered. BNB was $800. All the pump is still 600. If the market doesn't go bullish from here, that's all, it's done. So even if you were holding BNB, for some users who were trading some other bots then, even if you were holding, you were setting, who are using Martingale bot from some other company, even if you were holding that BNB because you're iron hand, you're like, I'm never selling this market, I'm iron hand, and you held it for 3 years, you're still not in profit, you still don't have your capital back. The only people who have their capital back right now is people who traded BTC. And you had to hold that for 3 years. I still know a guy, a friend of mine, who was trading with some other bots as a den during the last bull market. He was trading $1 million account. That account went to $80,000. With all of this pump, he still doesn't have $250,000. I was sitting with him days ago. I was like, hey, how far is your portfolio of $1 million? He said he's now $250,000 3 years later. So there's the delusion of, let's make all the profit right now, and maybe by God's grace, we'll be able to escape before the bear market. Now, this is the thing. The bear market never announces itself to even the best of analysts or the best of traders. When it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Companies who are taking high-risk trade are going to burn everybody's accounts. For those who are on spots, that you feel like, okay, I'm making a lot of profit on spots, but it is high-risk spots, you're going to have floating, whereby your spot account with $1,000 or $10,000 is going to dump 90%, 99% in fact, and your $1,000 is going to be $10. Of course, you still have the coins, and there's the concept of you never lose until you sold. But your $1,000 is now $10, and it could take the next 3 years, it could take the next 5 years to recover that. Now, Tafabot is not a company that's is just there for the hanky-panky for the next 5 months. In the last 2 years, I can count more than 6 other trading robots that has been launched that are no more right now. We're not here for the hanky-panky of let's make all the profits in 6 months and we don't have a face, so we don't care if people's account get burned. We don't care. They don't know who we are. And we just keep moving on. Now, we're not that company. We're the company that want to make sure that you make this passive income that is able to fund your lifestyle. And for those even with lesser capital, that you are able to compound. That's why we brought the compounding functionality into the app. You're able to compound this money. And trust me, if you compound 15 to 20% every month in the next 2 years, you'll be far richer than you were. But there's always the broke guy's mentality that feels like I want it right now. And the question is, 2 years ago, you also said you want it right now, but here you are 2 years later and you never got there. What if you are just consistently built 2 years ago? You'll be better than where you were right now. So this is the premises for what we're going to be doing next on Tafabot. I want to make sure that every single user, every single leader follow up in what we're doing. For guys who are trading with $100,000, we see a lot of them. We have users who are trading with $1 million one account, and they're making 15% in a month without the risk of ever losing their $1 million or ever burning in high floats. I just showed you one account right now, and those are trades running 10 trades. The markets in most of those trades has done 50% dump, and these accounts are in 5 to 7% floats, 5 to 7% floats on 10 trades spread across markets going 50% dump, and these persons are on 5 to 7% floats. In the highest user we ever have seen in the current Tafabot state, the highest float of any user is at 17%. The highest float, and those are users on the ZRS and 10 other trades. ZRS that has done more than 60% dump. And the highest float with all the averaging. I want you to picture that someone's bot averaged in from $1.5 to 0.7 cents. ZRS, is that ZRS or ID, was at 0.6 when it dumped. So it's just about 10 to 15% of getting out of that trade after over 60% dump. And the person is just on 17% floats. So this is the Tafabot that we want for you. This is the Tafabot that we run. This is the Tafabot that we have. This is the Tafabot that we want to have in 2 years' time to come. And this is the Tafabot that we're not willing to compromise on, whether there's this company out there that is going to launch today and say, hey, we're making 20% for people every week. We're going to see a lot of them even in the bull market. And a lot of users are possibly going to use that. But we want to stay on what is our value as Tafabot, because we want to be here 2 years' time. We want to be here 6 years' time. We want to be here 10 years' time. We want to be the bot of every bot. And to build that, we have to build our foundation very, very, very strong. And this is a strong foundation that we've done right now, that we're sure, come rain, come shine, come hail, come whatever, your trade is secured. You're going to make profits every single month. You're going to make profits every single month in minimum of 15%. And we're not willing to change that. We don't care whatsoever hype comes out there. We don't care whatsoever users or leaders who says, hey, there's this company making 100%, we're moving to them. This is the Tafabot we want to give to you. And this is the Tafabot we're going to continue having. Now, that being said, it then forms our decision as Tafabot going forward. Now, you want to pay attention to this. You want to pay attention to this. You don't want to miss it. Now, here comes the big announcement of Tafabot. Here comes the big announcement of Tafabot. Before I do that, I want all of the comments in the comment section, again, to be sure that we are all in tune. We're all waiting to see this. Let me see your hands in the comment section. Send all of those fire emoji before we move to what I'm about to say next. Once again, my Tafabot cup. Amazing, 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 amazing. I see those coming in. Yes, the suspense is building. Let's go, Tafa. I need more emojis. Yes, keep sending them. A lot of fire. A lot of fire. Someone needs to send the airplane emoji where we're about launching. We're about launching right now. We need the airplane emojis to come into the chat. We're about launching. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. If I've ever spoken to you before, I've never missed a word of let's go. I am all about movement, and always I'm saying let us go. Let us go. Amazing. I see the moon emoji. I see the moon emoji. I see the flight emoji. And for our major announcement for today. You want to look at your screen. You want to look at your screen right now. You don't want to miss this. You want to look at your screen right now. And drum roll, 1, 2, 3, and we go. Tough friends, this is the future of Tafabot, a promise kept, and going forward, this is Tafabot. Once again, and once again, guys, once again, this is the big launch. I think some person still don't get it. I'm going to do it once more again. We want everyone in the world to experience the power of Tafabot. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I see all of those. I see the chat is exploding. I see the chat is exploding. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, 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 Tavern. From henceforth, by the time you're done with this call, when you open your Tafabot app, you're going to see a new license category called free license. And everyone is able to subscribe to that free license and use Tafabot for free and make over 15 to 30% every month for free. Every month for free. Now, you don't need to double your capital anymore if you have $100, because you need to make much more money to pay gas fee, to pay Binance fee, to pay the Tafabot license. No, we don't want you to ever have your account at risk. This is our way of telling you that as Tafabot, we want to become a zero risk system, as much as we are able to do. So if you have $100, you're trading with $100 capital, you're trading with $50 capital, and you're so tempted to blow up your capital more because you want to make much more profit, because there's so much fees, there's the license you need to pay, there's all of that. All of those is done with, and you don't need to do that anymore. You're able to use Tafabot for free, so you're never pressured to heighten your capital anymore for you to make much more profits. Tafabot is now free for you to use. If you have a capital less than $500, you're able to use Tafabot for free. For users with much more capital, we know you don't have troubles at all, because we're providing even higher services for you, and you make over 15%, which is able to pay all your fees. So we want to accommodate all of the guys who are starting up, all of the guys with low capital, to use a zero risk as much as possible. I say zero risk as much as possible system, and start earning profits. Now, this system is fully available, and all you need to do after this call is go open your Tafabot app, connect your Binance connect your Wobi Connect that is going to be available this week, and start trading without buying a license. Now, pause. Affiliates guys are already asking, oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you, Tafabot. But how do I make even more money? Because all my community are users who trade with $100. Bam, bam, bam. Can we have another drum roll again on the comment section? We're about to go into the next biggest announcement of today. If you're already excited about this one, I want to see all the drum rolls, all the airline and the flight emoji, all the power emoji for what I'm about to say next. Now, The first one is for the traders. Traders, we're good, we're amazing, we're good, we're ready to fly with you to start trading for free. Now, I want to talk about our affiliates. Our affiliates. Amazing. Our affiliates, are you ready to hear this? Now, when a user who is trading with $100 and lower, when a user is trading with $100 and $500 and lower, pardon me, I'm so excited, trading with $500 and lower, and for some of you, these are a large part of your community, right? And you earn money only from their gas fee, which comes in profit of 15% to 30% in a month. We want to make that better for you. We want to change that for you. Now, henceforth, going forward after this call, every single person on the free license that makes the gas payment to start trading, they deposit $10 gas, which we're going to require a minimum of $10 gas to start trading. After then, you can deposit $1, anything you like at any point. You need the minimum $10 gas. So let's say someone deposits $10 gas to trade, or any amount. You deposit $50 gas to trade, any amount. Here's what's going to happen henceforth. The gas fee is going to be distributed instantly according to the compensation plan. So you don't have to wait until that user makes $1 and then 0.1 gas fee is distributed to you. No, if this guy makes a gas fee deposit of $500, we're giving out 60% of gas fee that we charge. 60% of that gas fee upon deposit is distributed to you. Upon deposit, not at the time of trading, upon deposit is distributed to you as compensation. I see the excitement. I see the excitement. This is the first step happening for the first time in this industry. You're going to get your gas fee instantly distributed to you. So if someone makes a gas fee of $2,000, is using a free license, $1,200 goes to your affiliates instantly upon deposit. Not later, not until the trade is done, upon deposit. Amazing, amazing. I'm super excited. I'm super pumped about this new phase of Tafabot. This is a super exciting new phase in Tafabot, and the drums are rolling, the flights are ready to kick off, and there is no stopping passive income to the moon. There is no stopping passive income to the moon. Now, there's one last question in your mind, one last question, and I'm going to answer that question as the final announcement. There's one last question in your mind, and I'm going to answer that as the final announcement before we go into market updates. I almost feel like we shouldn't do market updates. We just need to call the call at this point after this announcement, and we can have market updates in the next section, because we are already out of time. This call is not supposed to be more than 1 hour. We have 5 minutes left to end this call. I'm super, super excited, super, super excited. Now, the last question I know in all of your mind is that on Tafabot, you're still going to see the $15 per month license. Okay, you're still going to see the $15 per month license. Now, one of the things we've done is to make the $15 per month license that you're able to trade with as much as $3,000 capital. So there's no restriction anymore on $500 capital for a $15 license. So you can use $15 license and you can trade with as much as $3,000. So the starter license for $150, there's no difference between that and the $15 license. The difference is $15 license is monthly, the basic license, the starter, is yearly. So you can either buy yearly, which gives you a discount. That's almost 20% discount when you buy yearly, or you can buy monthly, the license. Now, the big question is, why should I buy the $15 license? Now, this question is for the affiliates, I know. Why should I buy the $50 license? Okay, why should I buy that if I could just use the free one? So you're like, a lot of my communities are going to go for the free one. They won't want to buy $15 license. Now, this is for you. Now, providing this license, you want to understand that this license costs us money. So when we say that Tafabot is now free to use, it doesn't necessarily mean that we could have done it earlier. No, this costs us a lot of money. I want you to notice that Tafabot is the only place whereby each user do not share proxy. No two users share the same proxy. I want you to go to your Tafabot and notice this. By the proxy, I mean your IP list. So when you go to connect your exchange, you put the IP list. Or when you use Binance Connect, we take your IP list and connect for you automatically, that you don't have to do that manually, right? Now, on Tafabot, no one user share the same IP list. Now, why is that important? I want you to recall, unlike every other bot out there, whereby every user is sharing 30 IP lists. Why wouldn't Tafabot do the same? It costs very, very less to do that. 30 IP lists is going to cost those companies, if I say that to you, you're going to be shocked. It costs them less than what maybe one user makes for them in a day. So it doesn't cost us anything. We should make a lot of money as a company to do that. But there's a reason why we don't. There's a security reason why we're willing to spend tens of thousands of dollars every month providing unique IP lists to each user. It means when we get to 1 million users, we're going to provide 1 million IP lists. Do you know how much 1 million IP lists cost globally? It is a lot of money. Why is Tafabot not doing it like every other bot? The reason for that is security. Now, if you've been in the trading industry or you've been in the bot industry, you will recall that there have been a couple of times whereby bot companies have been hacked. You're hearing this for the first time and it is shocking to you. There have been times where bot companies have been hacked. So we understand that Tafabot doesn't control your money when someone hacks Tafabot, if that is ever possible. Our security is top notch, so you want to know that. So when somebody hacks a trading bot, for example, they can't take your money, right? Because they don't have withdrawal capacity. That is amazing. But there's something they can do, and you're hearing that on this call for the first time. No bot will ever tell you this. There's something they can do. And they've done it before. They've done it more than 3 times, and they can do it again. So you understand, why is Tafabot doing this? Everything Tafabot does is for a reason. We are very, very pragmatic. We are very, very detailed to every single decision we take. Why do we take this decision? And you want to understand that also I, as a person, my background is in tech. So I'm a full stack developer. So we're not just like every other bot that we don't know this information, whereby you don't just care. You have your technical team that the CEO doesn't even know what happens technically. We're a full technical company. We know the ins and outs. So every decision has a technical implication why we do that. And I want to tell you this, you will be so shocked. I know some of you are already shocked, like, wow, they've hacked bot company before? Yes. And I will mention one of them. 3 was hacked last year. There's no legal implication for me not to mention it. And more than how many $1 million was gone? Yes, they could hack bot companies and millions are gone. How is it done? A hacker could get a token and pay, let's say, any exchange, $100,000 to list their token. The token doesn't have liquidity. It doesn't have anything. It has no meaning to those tokens. He just pay. There are some exchange that you're going to pay $50,000 or $100,000 to list your coin, and they would list it. So he pays that and lists ABCD coin, and hacks an exchange like 3, like they did to 3. You want to find that out there? It's public news, so it's over on the internet. And what they are going to do is they take all the users' accounts. So I wanted a picture for some of these other bots that they have 100,000 users, 1 million users are sharing bots like, I'll mention name. There are bots out there like they have 1 million users, and every user is sharing the same IP. and they publish to you, these are the 30 unique IP of this company. These are the 40 IPs of this company. These are the IPs to bind all of your accounts with. Now, what the hacker is going to do is prosy those same IPs, and there are 30 of them. So they are very easy. Technologies are available that can fake a prosy, fake an IP, and act as if it is that IP accessing that account. And they can fake 30 for all of the accounts. So what they did to those accounts is they take all of your balance and buy their coin. So you just opened your wallet. This has happened 2017. It happened last year, and it's possibly going to happen to some other bots. So they buy their coin. So you just open your Binance account and you see ABCD coin. You didn't buy this coin. How? What is ABCD coin? It's a coin that you cannot sell, that has zero liquidity. There's no buy order. So you are the only one buying, and they bought it with every user's fund. And they can legally withdraw that fund from the exchange as if they never scammed. You cannot debate it. You cannot defend it because you legally bought a token. But did you buy it? No. Someone bought it through your IP list. And there are just 30 IP lists. It is so easy for any dedicated hacker to do that. If the hacker says, this is what I want to achieve, 30 IPs, it's so easy. So what does Tafabot do? We share unique IP for each user. And that cost us a lot of money to do that. But we know why we're doing it. We know the security reasons to do that. It's costing us a lot every day, but we want to do that. And that's what we've done for the past 2 years of Tafabot. When you sign up, even with a free account, we are going to buy an IP with our own money and give to you this IP with our own money so that you can start trading and have the same level of security that Tafabot provide. That if anything happens to any trading bot, like it has happened before, and let's say it happens to Tafabot, our security is top notch again, that cannot happen. So let's say it happened. The hacker will need to individual user. For each user, it has to work individually. So it does for one, it does for two. It has to do that. If there are 1 million users, it has to do that 1 million times. If it takes him 5 days to fake a prosy, is going to take him 5 times how many users Tafabot has. But if it takes him 5 days for some other bots, they are just 30 prosies. In 1 month, he's done. Maybe in 1 week, he's done. So you understand why Tafabot does what Tafabot do. Now, that being said, our free license is going to require a 30% gas. Now, this is not 30% that goes to Tafabot. This is 30% that is distributed to the affiliates. The way we have 10% gas, 20% gas, the free license comes with a 30% gas charge that also is distributed to the affiliates upon deposits. Now, the final big question is, why this free license? We don't want any user on Tafabot to risk their account. A few days ago, last week, I believe, during the last massive dump of ZRS and ID, I saw one personal account that had $100, and this user was trading with $300 capital, and another user $500 capital. Now, you want to understand that when Tafabot is structured and says it cannot lose a trade, it cannot burn your account, it will not have high floats, is doing that based on the capital you tell it. It knows, how can I structure this capital for this to achieve these results? So when you lie against the capital, the bot has no record that I'm supposed to be trading with $500, but you actually have $100 in your account. So it's going to deal with your account as an account of $500. So, sorry, I saw these 2 users who rigged their account, and as Tafabot team, we were so pained because we have the record that since the past 5 months that we can boldly say that Tafabot has traded with 0 rigs. Tafabot has traded without float. And we used to announce that periodically. When I say without float, I don't mean that today there's no float in your account. But in a week time, we'll probably announce that all the trade in our system has closed and there's currently no floats. 1 hour later, we could start trading to start running again by the algorithm, and then you start making new profits. There were going to be new float. But each time we come to a point whereby the float in the system comes to 0. So we don't want to see users who risk their account. We're so pained by that. And we said, never again do we want to have users risk their account on our system. We want, if you set up Tafabot, you want to go to sleep and you're sure that your money is secured. Even if you are trading with $10 million, Tafabot is going to guarantee your profit and is going to guarantee that your money is always secure. You don't have to risk your capital, which is why we announced on Friday that if you set your bot with a capital that is not there, it will not trade. So it's going to say this capital is not on your exchange and it will not start that bot at all. So you want to put your exact capital, you want to make your profits. Now, the question is, why did that user inflate the capital? And the reason is very, very simple. And I could bear with that user on why you have to inflate your capital is that I'm trading with $100. And I have to buy a $15 license every month, or I have to buy a $150 license one time. So let's say the user buys $15 license. That is already 15% of his capital. Even if Tafabot makes him 20%, this user is only making 5% profits. So this, when we saw this, we felt so much empathy for that user. And for us, we are so pained because we want to have a clean record where we can say, this is Tafabot, that it doesn't matter what happens, Tafabot is the most secure system and is going to remain that way in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. Our kids are going to come to set up Tafabot and they're going to use Tafabot as long as crypto exists. So when we saw that, we said we have to change this. We want to make sure that this guy is not trying to inflate his capital because he needs to make more money, because he needs to pay the license, because he needs to pay the fuel. He can now use Tafabot completely free. And all he needs to do is pay his regular gas fee, which is just 10% higher than the original gas fee. If you're excited about this, this is the Tafabot right now on your app after this call. I am super pumped. I'm super excited. This is a new dawn for Tafabot. This is a new page, and we're ready to soar even higher. Thank you so much, guys. It's been an awesome, awesome, awesome time. Awesome time. I'm super excited. If you're super excited, you want to take this message, you want to share it with all of your community, you want to sing the alarm everywhere. Tafabot is now free. Anyone can set up Tafabot after this call. They don't need to buy a license. They can start making profits in the next 24 hours. Affiliates, this is the best marketing system I've used. I have a large Tafabot following as a user, not as Tafabot. And this is my Tafabot marketing. I meet someone, I say, hey, there's a bot that makes you money. In the next 24 hours, this is all I need from you. I need you to set up this bot with any amount, $50, $100. And in the next 24 hours, let's talk about this. So this is the greatest marketing. Set up your bot, 24 hours time, you would have made profits, and then we get to talk. So right now, anybody can do that on Tafabot, and I'm super, super excited. Amazing. I see all of your excitement. I see all of your excitement. All of the comments coming in. Adagod, I see you. Great announcement, Tech CEO. Iron Lady, I see. Bravo, Tafabot. Amazing. I see Chawa. I see Nolly, Sabari, awesome. I see Solo Wealth. I see JG, Bravo CEO. Amazing. I see Dr. Everest, beautiful, let's go. I see Mr. Mike, I am here, let's go. This is a new dawn of Tafabot. I see EC, amazing. Where can you find this recording? Yes, we're going to upload this recording right after this call. So in the next 30 minutes, 1 hour, we're going to announce it on Telegram that this recording can now be shared. Mr. Zach, thank you, Tafabot. SK, this is Game Changer. I see you. This is beautiful. Health Advantage, this is awesome. I see all of you, amazing leader. This is the future of Tafabot. Let us go. And we're going to talk about the trading and how to make more money from this bull market in the next call next Sunday. We want to call this call at this point and let's go spread the awesome news. Future trading, I see you. I see all of you. If I didn't mention your name, I see you. Once again, cheers to the new Tafabot future. Cheers to a new phase in Tafabot. And let's go take over the world. Tafans, let us go. Thank you so much, guys, and see you again. Let us go. Amazing, amazing. I'm super excited. Let us go.